welcome to Animan 107. As you can see, I get the big seat today, and Alex is on Discord for once. So this is what we're running with this week. What's going on, Alex?
It's interesting. It's interesting to feel like the boys over at ATFS. I now know what they feel like when it comes to me playing the music, and I can just hear like little static stuff in my ears.
Oh, that's how
So
it's
that's
been
kind of
for me and John too.
Yeah. So I've never been on this side of things starting the show. I mean, I guess I have with ATFS once. That wasn't live. I couldn't get the thing to go live, whatever, from the hotel room. But so it's interesting to be on the other side of things. It's pretty cool. I get to be more relaxed. You get to start the show and stuff.
Yeah, and then we'll see how the exit goes. I mean, it usually goes okay, but yeah, here we are. Yeah, Animan, we made it for another week. We're going strong.
Weeks in a row. Who would have thought? It was getting a little dicey there. I didn't know if it was going to happen, but we managed to pull something out. Last week we did, and last week, of course, topic, this week topic. We're going to be doing topics probably for a little while and still chatting about like anything that we watch or read. Just, we're busy, bro. Like, I mean, all of us.
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now.
It is unreal. Yeah, last week, if you haven't checked out last week's episode, we definitely recommend it, where we talked about series we would love to see get a remake or a continuation of some sort. We're definitely in the era where it's happening, like a lot. We saw like Dragon Quest had its return that you had to endure for like however long.
Was that a remake technically?
Yeah, that series happened once upon a time, didn't it?
Okay, I knew it was printed. I didn't know it actually had an anime.
I thought it did, like way back, but it wasn't to like the full length that this one was. This one actually finished the series. Then, of course, we had Shaman King get rebooted and get a sequel. Then the long-awaited return of Bleach with Thousand Year Blood War. So we're definitely in the era of events for anime, which is pretty cool. So we talked about that quite a bit last week. So if you haven't watched it yet, definitely recommend it. And then this week, as you see for the title, we're going to be talking about some video game stuff. Me and Zach here, both, of course, two of the hosts over at our video game podcast, Game Aesthetic. So if you're into gaming, you haven't checked that out yet, definitely do so. A little bit of a crossover in a way.
Yeah, we're going to do some interesting stuff of doing series that we would like to see as different styles of games, whether it be series that already has games and we want to see a different style, or just series that just we feel like can make a good game. But I guess before we get into it, I do want to plug out Ancient Ink. Go check out Ancient Ink. Go get our Animan jersey. It's still the best one, even though neither of us have yet to buy it, but it's still the best one. Easily.
True. Need to buy it.
Of course, go check out Rogue. Get some Rogue energy, whether it be the cans, the new Tiger's Blood, which I'm still iffy about, but Alex really likes. But the cans, can't miss with the cans. All of them are good.
Black cherry lemonade, baby.
And of course, check out our website, sparky3.com. It's there. It's got our own little shop of stuff that's just our designs and not Agent Inks. If you want something on the cheaper side, hey, it's there. Check it out. And always come join us on our Discord. And maybe at times you can join that Animan waiting room, and maybe we'll let you join in like Steve did last week.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to our guy Steve, man. So Steve also is now part of the brand. So shout out to that. If you didn't finish last week's episode, at the very end, I just shot a Hail Mary. I'm like, hey man, if you want that spot on the team, you let me know. He's like, I want it. I'm like, got you, bro. I've been trying to get that dude part of the team forever now.
Now let's put a staple there. He's not going to do this if you just have to join the Discord. That's not just an option out there.
I know. He doesn't have like a role with any of the brand. He's not like a host of Animan Plus. He's not a host of Game Aesthetic. He's just a flex spot.
Yes.
Here, we don't know what he's
easily
doing. He could pop into any show. Who knows? One of our other hosts, though, Jacob, we don't know if he's going to be here again. Work stuff, dude. Like we said earlier, work stuff. Yeah, he's like, this is his like prime time of year for business. It is for me too. And he's working. I think right now, I think he's still working on a roof. Poor guy. So if he joins, cool. If not, hopefully we see Jacob next week. But with today's topic, this one was actually pitched by Steve. He gave me a random pitch when I met up with him at his store, and I thought it was kind of cool. And I thought it was something that we could easily like piggyback off of because of recent leaks that we've been seeing. That looks pretty interesting. So what I'm referring to is, of course, Jumpstar's Ultimax was recently leaked, title and everything, who's developing it, what consoles it's going to be on, all that stuff. if you're a Jump fan, you know that there's a sketchy history there of Jump
Yes.
games. It's Jump Force obviously being the most latest attempt, and it is not a pretty show. Let me just put it that way. I thought Jump Force killed this ever happening again. If we're going to be completely
I
honest,
was about to
Jump
say
Force
Jump
was
Force
so
was pretty bad.
ungodly bad. But this one, it's just been leaked, like the title card and everything, and I'm assuming it's gonna be part of this Xbox showcase because I mean that's where Jump Force was revealed years ago too. If we want to, dial it back a little bit,
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Uh, yep, it was revealed in a part of E3, part of the Xbox showcase. It's like I was telling you, and I told Steve too, because Steve also is in the same boat of just like, oh man, Jump Force sucks. I'm gonna give this one a little bit of faith because CyberConnect 2 is developing it. So for everyone listening that doesn't immediately like that name doesn't immediately ring a bell, like they're the ones who's handled all the Ninja Storm games. They did the Ultimate Ninja games back in the day on the PS2, and those were aesthetically beautiful. Okay, and those were pretty well made fighters and stuff. That CyberConnect 2 has a larger history besides just like those Naruto games. Like, trust me, they do. Go look it up. But like, they don't. They do well in what they do. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
obviously we got like
Um,
4 Ninja Storm games, so
exactly. And then also with this game, it's apparently going to be used off the Storm 4 engine, which
okay.
pretty solid engine. Like 150 characters and stuff, which will include transformations in that number. A little disappointing on that, but we get it. That's the nature of anime, just transformations. Um, like I was telling you though, based on like some leaks that I've seen, and obviously we don't know anything until it officially gets revealed and stuff, but based on some leaks that we've seen, that just like, damn, that kind of sucks. Is from what I saw, like there's no newbies, and I hate that, bro. Like I hate that.
Yeah, that's a bit
Like I
rough considering how much we have in Jump right now.
yeah, it's like I was telling you on the phone. It's just like at the bare minimum, all you gotta do is put in like 5 characters. You know what I mean? Five character slots. All you gotta do. You don't have to fill the roster with antagonist or your antagonist or whatever protagonist. Like just do the protags. So like Kafka from Kaiju number 8. That
Yeah.
that one's a poppin' manga. The anime is gonna explode. Mission Goes Core Family, my boy, put him in there. Put Mashal in there. His anime's going on right now. Sales are good. Andy from Undead Unlock. Um, who was another? Uh, Sakamoto Days. Just throw them in there, bro. You're good. But of course, they're going to go with the popular ones, which no, it's not surprising. Let me stress that it is not surprising at all.
No,
They're just
not at
going
all.
popular stuff, including pulling from the back. What just makes me mad is like the fact that we're not going to include any newbies. Is that you pull from like a fucking series like Toriko and fucking put Toriko back in the limelight again? It's like, man, fuck this game. His shit died off so quick when they tried to give it a massive push. Um, so I don't know. It is what it is. The Jump Stars Ultimax thing. I mean, like I said, nothing has been shown on it besides that title card. So just looking forward to actually seeing it right here. And obviously, we'll be chatting about it over at GameStud as well. So that is definitely the home for video game talk. We really needed a topic for this week, and we're just sure why not? Let's talk about some dream anime video games because usually anime and video games go hand in hand. So here we are.
A lot better than movie tie-ins.
That's true. That's very true. Before we get into the topic, though, I have not been able to check out some of my shows. I didn't even get to watch Heavenly Delusion. I had family in town, so I was busy with family, hanging out with them and stuff. So the only thing I watched this week was Demon Slayer. And as per norm, Demon Slayer was really, really good. Very, very hype. I think right now I think it's Tedro and Upper Four is going
Okay.
down right now. I think it's Upper Four. That's the emotion one, right?
Don't ask me.
You
That's
know. No, okay. Well, I think it's the emotion one. I think it's Upper Four. I think that's him. But yeah, he just got to like, his new fancy transformation, whatever. And one thing I thought was funny about that transformation is I saw it on Twitter and stuff. I legitimately saw people in comments saying that the Demon Slayer copied like X character, copied the Lightning dude from One Piece, on Skypiea. Basically all these characters are saying they copied it has like that design on his back and stuff, whatever.
yeah.
That's what he looks like. And I'm just like, bruh, it is a fucking god over in Japan. It's Raijin.
Yeah.
No one copied anything but from that. What do you mean?
I mean, it's a very
Oh,
obvious cultural reference that gets copied in so many things, not even just anime.
Yeah, like oh my god, like there
It's
was people
it's a
legitimately
very
just like, oh
accepted
wow,
symbol.
yeah, exactly. It's like I can't believe I was like there were some that were obvious trolls, but there were some that were like dead ass serious. Like, oh, they copied so and so, whatever, and I'm just like,
Why
get
would
mental
we?
health.
I'm surprised people even fucking pulled out. I think his name's like Neil or something like that from Skype.
In Aniu, whatever his name is, I don't
I was about to say, who really cared about him? Skype sucked.
Yo, true, but there is a cult following for him and that arc. Okay,
I mean, Skype has
like
its solid moments, but let's be honest, people, it's a rough arc.
I don't like it, but I'll be real. Like right now, my girlfriend, she would die on a hill right now for that.
I will
Like
go
up
tell
for
her it's shit.
like she will die on a hill for that arc, my guy.
I will go
Um,
rile her up and piss her off right now.
yeah, just pop in. It's like, hey, Sepia sucks, and it's like, man, yeah, you would piss her off. No, she will die on that hill. But yeah, that was the only thing I got to watch was Demon Slayer. Really looking forward to watching Heavenly Delusion. But I've also just been so like engulfed in Tears of the Kingdom as well. And any amount of free time I've been able to get, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom. I'm at like 80 hours in right
Damn.
now. Yeah. So in terms of reading, Michiko's Horror Family is still pretty hype right now. We had that time skip and all and everything. It's been very good. Really enjoyed it so far. My Hero's still been pretty good, but My Hero actually let me
Let me
back up a little. It's
backtrack.
not even pretty good. It's been phenomenal,
Okay.
honestly. There's been a couple of chapters all focusing on the Todorokis, you know,
Yeah.
and dude, it's been something else. Let me tell you. The only thing that I'm waiting on right now for it is like, bro, let me get back to that like really epic end of a chapter with a certain character that I almost just now said that I probably shouldn't say, where he's about to go like mecha mode, you know, like
Oh
Iron
god.
Man mode.
Okay.
We've completely gone away from that, you know, like it happened then. It's been like 5 chapters since, and still just like, well, did he go Iron Man? Like, what are we doing? I want to know.
See, I've only really kept up with webtoons, so I mean, I'm still caught up on Week Hero, which is
Right.
having its grand finale going right now of people.
Wolf's about to get back up, baby.
That's what people are saying, but there was a comment of listing all the injuries Wolf should have. He's like, his ass will be up in like an hour.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, the Wolf and Jake fight's been pretty good. I really enjoyed it.
Keeping up with
Uh,
Seed, and then a couple other webtoons been reading.
have you been keeping up with Unordinary?
No,
It's been pretty good recently.
I've been keeping up with the
I don't.
greatest estate agent.
Okay, okay.
Dude's evil as fuck.
Yeah, I'm still keeping up with some of my romances too. Naturally,
I was about to say
Down to Earth's gotten spicy. Let me tell you.
that's what I'm saying because I saw it getting pushed the other week.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's getting spicy, my guy. But no, Unordinary has been really good. I don't know how far back on it you are, but it has been really good recently.
I'll pick it back up eventually.
Yeah, it's been fucking solid. But yeah, I think that's all really have to talk about in terms of our normal everyday routine stuff. You know, maybe next week I should be able to maybe shout out something with Heavenly Delusion or Mashal. You know, Hell's Paradise. I don't know about it, man. It's a visual spectacle,
Okay.
right? Like it is. Can't deny that. But like I was telling you, I don't know if we actually. I think I forgot to dive into this on the podcast last week. I'm
Pretty
pretty
sure,
sure.
yes.
I think I forgot it. Uh, you know, I think what I've come to notice, I've noticed a trend about me is that anything set in that feudal Japan era just doesn't click with me for whatever reason.
You did say that
And that's
last
how
week.
I did say that last week.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if I shouted out on the podcast or not. Yeah, Hell's Paradise. I mean, it's interesting, but it's not like. I mean, I'm very fascinated by certain aspects because, like I've said before, that island is essentially like The Last of Us, except with mushrooms and flower if with flowers. I mean, like that's essentially what it is.
Well, Steve's in
Um,
agreement with you. He says it's whack a fuck.
I mean, in a way, yeah, it is. I mean, it's like whenever you had Jacob look up the opening. It's just like this opening is like you're going for a ride, man.
Yes, exactly. It was just an acid trip.
Yeah, it is a poop noodle, he says. Shout out to that. I'm like I said, I'm not sold on it. I'm gonna keep watching it, but I'm not sold on it. But Mashal's still just Mashal. It's fun. It's stupid. I'm having a good time. Heavenly Delusion though, that's good. That is very very good. That is so creepy, so disturbing. It is like the anime. It's so well animated. People like, I mean, I love the animation approach they've taken to things with all the different shots they do, the POV shots of fucking your character being eaten and shit, and just like the hard cuts and just like there were some scenes where it goes like widescreen, you got the black bars around it and stuff, and it kind of when it's more tense and serious. Man, it's so good. I really love it. It's called Heavenly Delusion, my guy. It is on Hulu.
It's
It is on
super
Hulu only,
fantastic.
and it is so good, and so creepy, and really funny too. Has a lot of great comedic moments between our two characters. I really enjoy it. I'm loving this one. Anyway, Zach, you ready to hop into our topic, my guy?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Yeah, shout out to Steve in chat. He's the one who pitched this topic to me. So I will shout out his pitch, his idea of what even sparked this topic of our dream anime video game. So again, like Zach was saying earlier, this is games that for series that maybe don't have a game, we'd love to see them a game, but also what type of game, maybe series that already has a history with games, but like we have a new idea for where we'd love to see it to go. So like Steve's pitch that he gave me was pretty fascinating. His pitch is basically My Hero Academia in like the GTA 5 like online sort of vibe. So essentially you can pick to choose to be like a hero, a vigilante, or a villain, and based on your actions in game, it can sway. So if you do some shit, you can go from like hero to vigilante or like hero to villain, or you can work your way back up the ranks or whatever the case is. That was essentially his pitch, and I think that's actually pretty fascinating. And I will say I do have My Hero Academia on my list, but not in the same way he has My Hero Academia.
I mean, it sounds like a fun game, but as you told me when you told me that, I just went, so he wants to play My Hero Infamous? Because that's all I can think about that. I mean, it would definitely have a different spectrum, but it just makes me think of Infamous when you pitch that to me, which I mean would still be
Right?
fun.
No, no. Zach, do you want to start or me?
I mean, I can start with one of mine.
What you
So
got?
I'm gonna go niche with me because it is my style. So there's a series called IGPX, Immortal Grand
Oh
Prix.
yeah,
I would love for anyone who doesn't know this series. It's more or less mech roller derby. It's teams of 3 racing on a circuit in mechs, and it's pretty much just roller derbies. And they got 3 positions: a sprinter, defender, and support. More or less, and it's more or less just a whole league thing of different teams of 3, a whole league set up like for a regular sport. I would love to see this as more or less a team management simulator game, being able to build your own 3-man team of characters with cameos from the characters from the series, and then just generic characters generated with stats and stuff like that to see if you can make a team to win the Grand Prix.
I will piggyback on you here and stay in the mech genre. So the way that I broke up all of mine, right, is
Okay.
I have like 13 games. Okay, for everyone listening. I have like 3 games that are multiplayer games, whether it be co-op or larger scale.
Okay.
I have like 5 that are like linear single player games, and I have another 5 that are like single player, story driven, very heavy story driven, open world games that are also based in the series universe, but based on new characters and a new portion of the timeline with a new story. It's just based in the universe. So, piggybacking off of you, this is one of my games that I have picked out for a more linear story experience, more single player game here, is a Gundam game, but not any particular Gundam. I'm not picking a series. I'm not picking, Witch from Mercury or Iron Blood Orphans, but nothing. I'm just an original Gundam story driven experience, linear story and world, more on rails, yes, which can turn people off or turn people on because it's like maybe a quicker game, just very heavy narrative focused. Combat scenarios. I picture honestly the best example, and when I say best example, I'm not even slighting it. I think this is a legitimately good example. is honestly a Star Fox Assault, where like you have the ground combat, you have sky combat, space combat, and you're going through the different missions like that. And then I also had the idea similar to the confirmed information we know about Armored Core 6, where it's like very heavy, like, mech customization and stuff, very heavy
Gotcha.
mech focus, which I know that's for more PvP stuff as well. In this case, if, hey, let's say if you want to throw PvP in and whatnot, I mean, Star Fox Assault had it, they had multiplayer mode. But yeah, just a Gundam game that's just very heavy focused narrative side of things, which Gundam series has done really well on in the past in just the anime. Each iteration of it's always been pretty heavy narrative in some capacity,
Yes.
especially here these last few with like Witch and Iron Blood. So just do a linear experience. You go on your missions, you customize your mech, maybe have a hub base where you talk to whatever squad of characters that you have. I think that'd be pretty sick for a Gundam game because let's be honest, dude. Most Gundam games they're just fighters, aren't they? I mean, that's like almost all of them.
There's a couple other ones. So you're wanting more of like a almost RPG style, more focused on mech combat, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I would definitely enjoy that. The Gundam series definitely needs a reboot of some sort in game wise, because that was actually sort of one of mine because of Iron Blood Orphans and then Witch from Mercury. Because the last Gundam games I really liked were the Dynasty Warrior Gundam games. They did 3 of them, in
Yep.
which those were very fun. They were the Warrior style games, but it was a more or less crossover of all the Gundam series, more or less time shenanigans, and now they're all fighting in their different worlds against each other and beside each other on land battles, space battles, and things like that. But it's a Warriors game, so but they were very fun games, and it actually took a while to track down all those 3. But um, that's so. But they were more Warrior style. I would be very happy to do a more mechanized style because I was sort of thinking the same thing. And Gundam needing a new game to be able to enter re mess with the Iron Blood Orphans world as well as Witch from Mercury and be able to mix them with others. Because I mean, any interaction with the Burning Gundam with any other series is amazing. Because
Yo, facts.
it's
Facts.
so out there versus every other series being so serious because of the space wars and stuff.
True. True. Still within the mech genre, of course, I want to shout it out. I think an 86 game one day would be sick. It'll probably never happen. It would, I think the same mindset, a linear story driven focus. You have a central hub base with whatever squad. I don't even think it has to be about the spearhead. I really don't. I think the spearhead, like, I think this is one of those games that can exist in the same period as 86 timeline.
Yeah,
The spearhead be a thing. People know of the Undertaker; those characters are in the game, but you feature a whole new squad. And honestly, in terms of this story, and let's say the overarching whatever the mission is, yo, you know how I am when it comes to death in an anime, bro. Like for this game, take approach like with Halo Reach, where your entire squad you've come to know and love dies by the end of the game. I mean, it fits the narrative of 86. Let's be real.
I mean, I do like that idea because I agree with you. Oh, hello.
We got Steve here. The
Okay,
boys
Steve's
here.
decided to jump in,
Hi.
but
The flex guy.
taking your idea though for the 86 thing is I'm in agreement with that. For 86 game, it would definitely be a much more enjoyable experience if you were to do one of the other groups of 86 versus
Yep.
Spearhead, because we know Spearhead's story, and if you were to follow it as that, it would be a very linear story, sort of known, which is fine and being able to experience, but you get a lot more by playing one of the other 86 groups. And you could even really change it up because of how the 86 are chosen. You could even do it as like a roguelite.
True.
So
Yeah, you could.
so even if like your whole thing of the squad dying, but you could then get the recruits of the next grouping, like how
Yep.
Spearhead is, and just roll from there.
True. So what's up, Steve? How you doing, man?
What's up, boys? I just got home a little bit ago, a little sleepy, a little tired,
You
a little
sound like
wired.
it. Did
So
I
you
properly
complete no,
explain
you
your series
completely
for you?
fucking butchered it.
Oh, okay.
He's come to defend himself.
So you forgot the part where I said like your first like 10 to 20 levels, you're playing as like different, villains and vigilantes and heroes that we know from the series. And it's kind of like an elongated tutorial. But then once you get it, right, and you start your own quest, you do your character creation, everything, go crazy. you get a random quirk. You don't have a choice. You get a random quirk. So now it puts you kind of in the weird set of, well, it's gonna be, but when I say GTA, I also should have said GTA, kind of like role playing GTA.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
knew what
so
you meant.
so it's like, are you just some like schlub who has some stupid quirk like, you know, oh look, I can make flowers just randomly sprout behind me, or are you a badass? Or do you want to take the time to re-roll again and again and again till you get something cool? Like, I don't know. And then, but you did get the reputation base thing kind of right with the,
Kind of right.
yeah.
Whatever. It's
Well, you
I
can
fucking said
you
it.
can pick one of three factions,
Yeah.
and based on your actions, you have to keep a balance. So if I'd be a vigilante personally, so it's like, hey, I'm gonna stop crime. Probably gonna throw you off the fucking bridge when I stop you, but I'm still gonna stop you. You know what I mean?
Fucking brutal as hell, man. With
But
how are you
I
gonna
had
do that
another
with the flower power, man?
dude. Let me tell you right now, guy. Allergies are a bitch. With flowers come pollen. With pollen comes suffocation. I just
Okay.
came up with the world's best metal band name.
Pollen
Oh,
suffocation.
Suffocation. So I did have another one though, Alex, that I didn't even tell you about. I want a
it,
game. I want a game similar to Snap. It can be a mobile game. It can be PC, mobile, multi-platform. I don't give a shit. Or maybe if you want to kind of go like maybe like Magic Arena or something, but set with Hunter x Hunter.
I mean, that would be
oh,
good.
Like I think that would be fucking dope.
it may be dope, but do you want to know just like how unfortunate that announcement would be? Like, think about it. Think about it. Think about the history that we have, where it's been on like the manga's been on constant hiatus. The anime, got shafted essentially, right? And it's like the manga may never finish. We'll see. And it's just like there's like a max, if that's gonna happen, right? It's gonna get hyped up by Jump. It's gonna get hyped up
Oh
by
yeah,
people.
it would
It's
be
like, oh, we
hyped
have
up
a
by
Hunter x
everyone.
Hunter announcement. We got a Hunter x Hunter announcement, and then it gets announced, and it's just like, here's a card game, and everyone's just like, bruh.
It's not the manga.
I mean, I think it'd
I
be
don't think
good.
it's gonna get the same
I can
reception as the One Piece card game.
yeah, I can just see the reaction for it online. I'm here for it. That'd be so funny.
I mean, I could
I
see it
mean,
though.
I want to see the world
Yeah.
burn too.
Yeah. People's reaction to that would be hysterical, honestly.
Yeah, it would. It would be really funny.
Here's a softball one
Uh,
for you, Alex. I mean, I personally wouldn't play it, but I would actually enjoy seeing it. Doing a survival Doctor Stone game.
dude, that was one of mine. That was one of my multiplayer games.
Dude, yes,
I was about to
yes,
say
yes.
that's a pretty softball choice and whatnot, but I mean, it would be very
I think that'd
enjoyable.
be fun as shit.
Just being able to create a character in the Stone Age and just try and figure your way to all the different areas slowly and surely,
Yes.
and just the different scenarios that would be possible.
No, that was 100% one of my multiplayer games I had list was a survival Doctor Stone game. I think that'd be cool. Online game, play with friends, make someone in the Stone Age, whatever. Basically, I'll be sure I picture it like Minecraft, like up front,
I mean, that's sort of how I
like
picture
like
it as well. Either that or
yeah,
sort of like Valheim.
yeah, that too. Like I'm not thinking like some like massive MMO or anything. I'm thinking like just have a server, get in there, do your thing with your boys. Try to survive, try to make through the Stone Age. Yeah, that's 100% one of the games I had lined up. I thought it'd be so cool.
Again, I feel like it could work, and I feel like a lot of people would like it just because the Doctor Stone skin and whatnot. But personally, not that's something I would do. And that's not my type of game, but still wouldn't find it interesting if I ever saw that announced.
So are you
Here's
talking about
another.
something like Ark meets Minecraft?
Yeah, probably is sort of what it would
Yeah,
lean in towards
yeah,
if you really want to
probably.
get that sort of Doctor Stone feel,
Yep,
just with less dinosaurs and more uh, just evolution, natural animals.
right. Well, since you threw a softball, I'll throw a softball because I mean this one's very straightforward. And I'll be real, full transparent to anyone listening. this could very well be a thing like over in Japan only, and I just don't know about it because I didn't bother to do any research on this. As far as I'm personally aware, it's not a thing, and they've only ever done single player games, maybe a co-op game. But honestly, an SAO MMO, that's a softball thing. I mean, it makes too much sense. Again, that's probably a that
It
could be a
probably
thing.
is
I
a
don't think
thing.
I've never heard of it. It's just not been in my line of timeline or whatever. But just an SAO MMO, I think is pretty sick. I mean, for God's sake, it's a fucking game. When that's it's a fucking game. I mean, it's right there. You have the idea. You have what you need.
I mean, shoot, they have multiple MMOs in the SAO universe.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it'd be cool. It'd be cool until everyone gets stuck in the game and they die for real.
Sword
But
Art
whatever.
Online, integral factor. Multiplayer